This episode is hands down the wildest accident car restoration I've ever seen. Two brothers dropped a jaw-dropping $49,000 to snag a 2023 BMW M3, a near-new wreck with some serious potential. The main damage is concentrated at the front end. Aside from the windshield, which took a hit in a crash, this car is practically a red-hot gem. The high-speed impact triggered every airbag in the cabin, popping them all open in a flash. Just look at those carbon fiber front and rear seats. It's crystal clear this beast was built for pure performance. The brothers explain why they scooped up this BMW M3. First, it's got razor-sharp handling that's tough to beat. And second, it's a rare 6-speed manual supercar, a true driver's dream. The accident? It happened when the car slammed into a roadside pole, but thankfully, no one was hurt. They also point out that this M3 rocks ultra-pricey laser headlights, and since there are no salvage parts available yet, they'll need to order brand new ones from the dealership. Now, let's peek into the engine bay. It's packed to the brim, complete with a massive turbocharger. But the brothers aren't thrilled with the stock turbo. They're already planning an upgrade to squeeze even more power out of this inline-six engine for next-level driving thrills. After all, this is a 4-door supercar with a near $1 million price tag when new. To make repairs easier, the brothers give the car a thorough inside and out cleaning, using the opportunity to check for any hidden damage. Sure enough, just as they suspected, there are minor scratches scattered across the body. Luckily, they're not too deep and can be polished out with some light sanding later. What blows them away, though, is the discovery of a full carbon fiber roof. And to top it off, 3 of the 4 wheels came through the crash completely unscathed. To cut down on repair costs, all they'd need is to source 1 replacement wheel to swap in. But these brothers? They're going all out, pouring big bucks into restoring this M3 to perfection. Those 3 perfectly intact original wheels, they're destined to gather dust in a corner. Next, they give the interior a quick cleanup. After a little tidying, the cabin looks shockingly pristine, almost brand new, without a single trace of wear. Even better, the massive central display screen survived the crash unscathed. In the brothers' eyes, this M3's overall condition is nothing short of a showroom quality gem. With a solid grasp of the car's state, they start tallying up the needed parts and head to the BMW dealership to order them. Since they're going for OEM parts, many have to be sourced straight from Germany. The total damage? A staggering $112,000, and that doesn't even include the bumper or some other repair costs. With the parts secured, it's time to roll up their sleeves and start dismantling. They begin with the damaged front end, then move to the passenger side skirt and body panels, followed by the hood. Once the front bumper assembly is off, the damage doesn't look as bad as they feared. But inside the engine bay, they spot trouble. A wiring harness sliced clean in 2. The brothers shake their heads, baffled at who would resort to such a drastic move. Their biggest fear now, that other wiring harnesses in the engine bay might be in the same sorry state. For a high-performance beast like the M3, even a single damaged harness could light up the dashboard with a flood of error codes. To rule out more issues, they keep disassembling. They also notice the radiator is bent and deformed from the impact, but thankfully, there's no sign of leaks. Next up, they remove the front crash bar. The disassembly process is, without a doubt, the most stress-relieving part of the entire car repair journey. Stripping away each damaged component from the body reveals the true extent of the car's injuries, like peeling back the layers of a mystery. Once most of the damaged parts are removed, the brothers share an update. Amazingly, the radiator came through the crash completely intact, with only the lower oil cooler showing signs of deformation from the impact. Since the new parts haven't arrived yet, they decide to leave it in place for now. From what they can see, the damage is mostly confined to the engine bay. Good news so far. But there's a catch. With all the airbags in the cabin deployed, they now have to tear apart the interior. For any car owner, this step is pure heartbreak. Watching the gorgeous interior being dismantled piece by piece is tough, but these brothers are no amateurs. Having restored dozens of cars, they dive in without hesitation, making quick work of the disassembly with expert precision. Now, they just need to remove the central control panel. The key here? Being extra careful not to cause secondary damage to the intricate wiring harnesses inside. After relentless effort, they successfully extract the entire panel without a hitch. With that, the car's disassembly phase comes to a temporary close. The brothers note that ordering a brand new control panel from the BMW dealership would set them back around $5,000. But with major upgrades planned for later, they're all about spending smart. Instead of splashing out, they decide to send the panel to a professional repair team, where a few $100 will restore it to like new condition. Talk about getting bang for their buck. The brothers dug into the car's history online and uncovered a shocking truth. This M3 was snagged at an auction for just $35,000. After a quick fix to the airbag system and some tweaks to the engine bay's wiring harness, the car was made drivable under its own power. But here's the kicker: in a twist of fate, a middleman pocketed a cool $14,000 profit by flipping it to them for $49,000. The brothers officially became the suckers who took the bait. Feeling utterly duped, they're hit with a wave of frustration. But what's done is done. Channeling their irritation into determination, they pour their energy into restoring this M3 to glory. While they're still tearing down the car, a massive package arrives at the workshop. They rip it open, and boom, it's a full carbon fiber body kit. After piecing it together, they realize it's a gigantic carbon fiber rear wing. They tape it onto the trunk for a quick test, but it's clear the wing's style clashes with the car's vibe. For now, this pricey wing gets sidelined as a backup plan. The brothers also reveal they've ordered a top-tier turbocharger kit for the M3, along with other engine bay upgrades. With these premium parts and some expert tuning, they're aiming to unleash a monstrous 850 horsepower to the rear wheels. After nearly 2 weeks of waiting, the BMW dealership calls. Their parts have arrived. The brothers hop into their tool truck and head to the dealership to pick up the haul. Many of these parts were sourced straight from Germany, and good thing their truck has plenty of space, because this load is massive. Back at the workshop, they waste no time unloading the parts. Eagerly cracking open the boxes, they uncover an entire M3 front fascia, along with smaller components like radiators and other bits, ready to bring this beast back to life. The brothers mention that this batch is just part of the haul. More parts are still en route. It's clear they're sparing no expense, pouring massive investment into upgrading and restoring this M3 with unrelenting passion. Sritan shares that, in his heart, the BMW M3 is the ultimate manual transmission supercar. With all these new parts in hand, they're ready to dive into the replacements. You can tell from the materials that the M3's build quality is rock solid, top-notch craftsmanship. But that sturdy construction comes with a downside: added weight. To counter this, many of the replacement parts they've chosen are lightweight alternatives, which, of course, jacks up the budget even more. After installing the front and rear control arms, tie rod kit, and oil cooler, they move on to reattaching the new crash bar to the frame. It's obvious BMW put serious thought into the M3's cooling system. There's a radiator on each side of the car. Once the entire cooling assembly is mounted back onto the frame, it's time to add fresh coolant. Here's a fun surprise: while installing the crash bar, they spot a Rolls-Royce label on it, making them feel like every penny spent was worth it. Next, Sritan unpacks another tightly wrapped package, revealing a $3,000 laser headlight. Eager to keep moving, they test-fit the newly arrived parts right away. With the front exterior components installed, this stripped-down M3 finally starts to regain its soul. But the job's far from over. Sritan also hooks up the newly arrived gear shift knob and one-touch start button for a temporary connection. Then, it's time for the moment of truth, firing up the engine to check for issues. They inspect for coolant leaks and test whether the new headlights are fully functional, ensuring every detail is on point. Sritan can't help but marvel at the OEM parts. Sure, they're pricey, but they fit like a glove, delivering that flawless, factory-fresh look. Next, they keep unpacking, and this time, it's a sleek carbon fiber steering wheel. Sritan wastes no time, installing it along with the seats to test the feel of this premium upgrade. Of course, the real test is out on the road. The screeching burnout says it all. The beastly heart in the engine bay is a wild force, tough to tame. After a quick thrill ride, the brothers hustle back to the workshop. Over the next few days, a flood of packages arrives, including the M3's factory metallic paint and a clear coat for the carbon fiber parts. With all the materials ready, they start sanding down the car's exterior components, prepping them for the paint job. Here's the catch: the brothers are nervous about spraying matte paint. They've botched it a few times before, so this time, they've done their homework, scouring guides to nail the technique. Thankfully, their caution pays off. The paint job goes off without a hitch, hitting that factory standard perfection. Now, they just need to let the paint dry. While waiting, the brothers stay busy, tackling the severed wiring harness in the engine bay. For the sake of long-term safety, they bite the bullet and order a complete new wiring harness to replace the damaged one. With that sorted, it's time to start reassembling the exterior components. But first, they install the freshly arrived carbon fiber kit, including the carbon fiber vents on the bumper and the front grille. Once these reinforcement pieces are in place, they move on to test fitting the exterior components. With the front lip installed, the M3's aggressive vibe comes roaring to life. The look on Sritan's face says it all. This setup is pure perfection, absolutely flawless. Paired with those aggressive laser headlights, the front fascia of this M3 is an absolute visual knockout. But hold on to your hats, the surprises are far from over. Out rolls a massive crate, and when they crack it open, it's a full carbon fiber hood. Who could resist that? The brothers waste no time bolting it onto the car, completing the exterior body kit collection. This hood, made of dry carbon, doesn't have that glossy shine, so they're planning a future upgrade to polish it up. But right now, they're swamped. There's a mountain of huge packages in the workshop waiting to be unpacked. Every crate hides a thrilling surprise, each one worth a pretty penny. The brothers eagerly install the body kit components as soon as they're unboxed, and with these additions, the M3's final form is shaping up to pure perfection. But the biggest jaw-dropper is yet to come. This next crate is a game-changer. It's packed with a full turbocharger kit custom-ordered for the M3, including an exhaust system that'll let the driver weld the throttle to the floor and a cutting-edge turbocharger that'll rocket the engine's performance to new heights. This combo is enough to make any gearhead weak in the knees. It's also the best turbocharger money can buy, according to the brothers. The turbo in Sritan's hands. It's designed to unleash an earth-shaking exhaust note that'll turn heads. The top priority now, installing this table full of turbo kit goodies. But first, they need to strip out the stock components. With Sritan's expert hands at work, the original turbo comes off in no time. Here's where things get wild. They decide to ditch the passenger side headlight, keeping just one to allow more air to flow into the turbocharger in the engine bay. This upgrade is downright insane. To keep the momentum going, the brothers don't let their hands rest for a second, tearing into the project with relentless drive. The brothers swiftly remove the underbody armor plate, followed by the exhaust system. With the old exhaust out of the way, they're ready to install the new performance exhaust pipes. Next up is the turbocharger installation, and during the process, Sritan upgrades some of the engine bay's hoses for good measure. Comparing the new turbo to the old one, it's night and day. The new unit is clearly a beast. They also add 2 wastegates to the exhaust system, doubling the power output for an even crazier performance boost. Eager to unleash the monster in the engine bay, the brothers pick up the pace, hands moving like lightning. Once all the pipes are hooked up, Sritan slides into the driver's seat and hits the start button with anticipation. The new turbo roars to life, its distinct whine filling the air like a high-powered vacuum cleaner. As they rev the throttle, the sound gets even more intense, pure music to their ears. The brothers are thrilled with the results, and this is without the full exhaust system installed. Once that's done, the effect will be even wilder. But hold off on the exhaust for now, more critical packages have just arrived at the workshop. The first box contains a new intake pipe, and the next holds 2 freshly ordered wheels. Sritan explains these wheels are incredibly rare, requiring a pre-order just to get your hands on them. These top-tier wheels are built for the racetrack, but another set of M3 wheels for road use is still in transit. The final box? A set of laser taillights that promise to deliver a dazzling light show once installed. After a quick rundown, the brothers get to work mounting the new wheels onto the tires. Notably, these wheels come equipped with beadlock rims, a rare feature for a coupe, designed to keep the tires locked in place during high-performance driving. Now it's time to add some finishing touches to this M3 to make it truly shine. The turbo and intake manifold have already boosted the car's performance to new heights, but visually, they haven't quite given the brothers the sense of accomplishment they're craving. Not wasting a moment, they take these components to a local shop for a custom upgrade. After finalizing the plan, they race back to the workshop to keep perfecting the M3's build. First up, installing the newly arrived laser taillights. These smoked black beauties are absolutely stunning, outshining even Audi's famed lighting game. Next, they remove the engine hood again. This carbon fiber hood is insanely light, and after marveling at it for a bit, they start sanding it down to prep for painting. The goal isn't to change its color but to boost its glossy shine. With multiple coats of clear lacquer, the hood's brilliance transforms dramatically, leaving a jaw-dropping finish that catches the eye. When it first arrived, this dry carbon hood had zero gloss. Sritan couldn't believe how incredible it looks now after the paint job. Once the paint dries, they bolt the hood back onto the frame, where it seamlessly blends with the carbon fiber roof. The final touch for the hood, installing mesh grills over its 2 pre-cut vents to keep leaves and debris out of the engine bay. Oh, and that earlier rear wing that clashed with the car's vibe. They've ordered a new one that better matches the M3 style. And let's not forget the side mirrors. They've got a pair of sleek carbon fiber mirrors ready to elevate the look even further. The brothers also had their sights set on tweaking the car's ride height, so they pulled off the stock shock absorbers and installed adjustable ones. After spending half a day upgrading, they successfully lowered the entire car's stance, giving it that aggressive, track-ready look. After a few days of waiting, the upgraded turbo and intake manifold arrived back from the shop, and wow, their visual appeal has skyrocketed. Alongside them, for brand new wheels straight from BMW's factory in Germany, a custom-ordered radiator, and the real showstopper, a full carbon fiber engine bay brace kit. This setup screams lightweight perfection, leaving no ounce unoptimized, though it's definitely not for the average enthusiast's budget. With these parts in hand, wtuned dived back into the build. First up, they install the freshly refinished turbo. Then, they drain the previously added coolant to swap out the intake manifold. The stock manifold, plastic. The new one, aluminum, offering a massive upgrade in both looks and durability. Next, it's time to replace the radiator. The original wasn't damaged in the crash, but the brothers' sky-high standards mean they're not settling for factory spec, they want better. Then comes the carbon fiber engine bay brace, completing a jaw-dropping setup that'd leave anyone staring at this engine bay in awe. The center console panel, sent out for repairs earlier, is back and looking brand new. Reinstalling it is a breeze for the brothers, thanks to the prep work they did during disassembly. They also popped the roof airbag back in place, a much simpler task that they handle with ease, like it's second nature. We'll skip the nitty-gritty of the interior work for now. The final exterior piece, a sleek carbon fiber side skirt, and those decorative bits and badges, if it can be swapped for carbon fiber, you bet they replaced it with carbon fiber. Every last detail. With all the major prep work done, it's time for the final touches. The last piece of the puzzle, the M3's front windshield. Once it's installed, every stage of the car's restoration is officially complete. Now, the brothers gear up for the M3's grand return to the road. The current wheels and tires are track ready, so they swap them out for a road-friendly set. With the new wheels mounted, they move on to installing the exhaust system. This setup is designed to crank the exhaust note to the max, delivering a spine-tingling roar. As soon as the exhaust is fitted, wtuned fires up the engine, and sure enough, the sound is next level, absolutely earth-shattering. Next, they dive into tuning the car's software, spending 2 full days tweaking and even bringing in a seasoned expert to help. Their goal? Lock in a mind-blowing 1,000 horsepower for this manual transmission beast. It's hard to fathom what a 1,000 horsepower manual M3 feels like, but as the saying goes, is it a mule or a stallion? You've got to run it to find out. The brothers waste no time, taking the car outside for a test. They start with a burnout, tires screaming in place, but they hold off on pushing it hard on the road just yet. With this kind of power and performance, no one's sure what might happen, so caution comes first. And with that, the restoration journey of this 2023 BMW M3 comes to an epic close. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.